Okay, Dan, what are we driving today?
My 96 Impala SS. Gangster as f. That's it. Video done. That's all you need to say.
Didn't even get to cross.
So Dan, why did you buy a 24-year-old Chevrolet sedan that is loosely tied to a cop car?
Okay, because number one, it's gangster as f. I love it. Number two, it's huge,
Yeah.
which I love. It's a boat. It's like, it's very like, how can I explain? Like, it had the road presence of this car is awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
And it's wildly iconic for when I was growing up, like all about the Benjamins. And I mean, this is also like what I feel the last, and I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in saying this, the last real Impala SS.
Yes, I would agree.
Right? You know, it's rear wheel drive, 5.7 liter V8. You know,
Yeah, because after this it was a supercharged V6, and
Yeah.
then they went back to a V8, but it was front wheel drive.
exactly. So this is like the last of the iconic Impala brand.
Right.
Yeah. Drives awesome. I love how 90s it is. Like literally the interior on this thing is like just legit 90s, like to the fullest, to like to the max.
Everything. The steering wheel is the
Yeah.
least performance-oriented steering
my
wheel
God.
I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
It's incredibly loose,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
it's so big in here.
Yeah. The car handles awful. It's the worst handling car I've ever driven in my life. I got to imagine too is because in part back then for just a regular sedan, the front tires are like, what size are they?
255s all around, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy high. That's crazy big. So, I mean, it's got a big motor, that's it.
It's funny because it doesn't look so big motor. It's the LT1 out of the Corvette of the time. It's a 5.7. Yeah, big motor. It looks, there's still like a foot in front of the,
Yeah.
like there's still so much room in the edge, but this thing is massive.
It's enormous. It's literally, I remember parking it in my garage next to my Aventador, and it like was still 2 feet longer.
Yeah.
It's literally the size of a truck. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's as long, is it as long as a truck probably?
Probably.
I gotta think it's as long as a truck. And, but even the way it drives, it's like a cloud. It's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
It's like literally a cloud.
These seats are so
Oh, yeah.
comfy, not
Yeah.
performance oriented whatsoever, but like it's like a lazy boy
Yeah.
recliner.
So Jesse and I picked this car up in Ottawa, drove it. How far is Ottawa?
About 8 hours. we
8
drove it
hours.
home.
Like literally drove it for 8 hours, and it was by far the most comfortable drive I've ever had, ever.
Can confirm.
Very clean car, 16,000 kilometers on it. Has all the paperwork, like literally all the paperwork for this car. What car you think has more paperwork, this or my Cobra? This has more paperwork,
Yeah.
right?
So this car, in the past 2 videos you would have seen on Dan's Terminator and Dan's Viper, the term time capsule was used, which is true for those cars. They're both incredibly clean, but there is not any car that deserves the term time capsule more than this. It's got no miles, it's clean, it still smells like a new car in here, actually. and there's a stack of service records about that thick.
I've never seen service records as deep as
just
that.
Literally anything that was ever done is here, and it's pretty cool because you don't see that anymore. A car this age. There was one
It's so big.
Okay, put your elbow on the door ledge, and then try to hold the steering wheel. You can't
even do it. You can't.
So far away.
Like this car is actually not a car where you can, like, I can't even put my arm on
No,
this.
you can't reach the wheel.
Yeah, I can't even do it. So you have to put on the armrest.
Yeah. So this is the Chevrolet, the B body platform, which was what the Caprice and some Buicks were based on at the time. And if you know, or if you don't know, the gas filler neck is in a very interesting spot. So the license plate folds down in the back. There's like a hinge on it that folds down. That's where we put in gas in the middle, underneath the trunk lid. It looks interesting when you do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah,
I've never really pushed this thing either.
it's geared really long.
Yeah.
So it's a 4-speed auto, and so the way that this thing feels is, I'm sure you'd agree, it's all torque.
Yeah.
It's just all low end. It makes, I think it's like 320, 330 foot-pounds, and that's like 260 horsepower, which for the time, like, these were heist cars for a reason, because it was a Corvette engine and a sedan you could fit 4 people in, right?
Yeah.
5 people, technically.
Yeah.
But it drives and shifts like a 90s automatic. And it's just a product of the time, but it's more just the experience in this thing over the performance or anything, in my mind anyway.
Yeah. It actually sounds pretty loud in here.
Yeah, I think it's a good amount.
Yeah. For this kind of car?
Yep.
You know what I mean? I like
Yep.
it. So the car has an aftermarket Borla exhaust, correct?
Correct.
Borla, right?
So it's a
Is it Borla?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a Borla
Borla. It's Borla.
catback from
Yeah.
the period.
Exactly.
Still have the stock exhaust sitting at your place.
Yeah. And stock springs. The car's been lowered an inch.
Yeah,
About an inch, right?
it looks like more than an inch. Like, this thing looks
it-
pretty dumped out.
It probably sagged a bit
Yeah.
over time. Compressed, whatever. Yeah.
So when we were kind of looking on and off for one of these, we'd search. There's a reason why the 96 was desirable for you and desirable to most people, unless people like the real early ones. So 96 had a couple of changes that the 94 and 95 cars they made from 94 to 96, they had a couple of changes that those did not have. I don't know if there's one that's most notable, but definitely one that I like is the fact that this car has a floor-mounted shifter. 94 and 95 cars had a column-mounted shifter. I like that. I don't know if everyone does. I think most people do.
No, it's way better.
It is way better. Just feels cooler.
Yeah.
And 96 cars also had 96 cars also had a tachometer. Riveting, I know.
Yeah.
94, 95 cars had a digital speedometer with like a kind of cluster around them, which is weird because the more desirable one is the one without the digital dash, but it's nice to have a tachometer, I guess. Yeah. 94 cars had different mirrors that were more like, they were almost like bullet shaped and small. I think they look cool.
The 94s had
94s, but apparently they suck to see out of. Haven't really been around a 94.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming you're happy you found a black one.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god.
So they made these in that, and they're, so they also make these in, like, I don't know the color names, but it's like a deep burgundy red, and then it's like a silvery forest greenish type thing. I actually like both colors, but I think the iconic image that you think of when you hear 96 SS is definitely black.
Oh my god.
100%.
Those other colors don't even exist to me for this car.
Yeah, like
Don't even
this
exist.
is the car, right?
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
this has got tints. They're not too dark, but they do look black from the outside.
Yeah.
It's all gangster and
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
All gangster and
Whoops. Incredible vocabulary there for sure.
It's good.
So I've always thought these cars were cool. Never really had like a huge interest in them apart from the fact that like they look mean and gangster. If I saw someone pull up on me in the 90s, I'd probably run away, to be honest, in one of these. But this was something that was around. This car was made before I was born. This is something that was around when you were a teenager.
Yeah. Not quite a
Not
teenager
quite,
yet.
no.
I mean, it was still around when I was a teenager.
It was still fresh and new around then, right?
But like there was very iconic movies. Like I was in, you know, I don't know, grade school.
Yeah.
Still though.
Yeah. It definitely had its place in you know, iconic films, stuff like
big
that.
time. Yeah.
Old Town Road, there was a 96 SS.
You know
when that all popped off. But
What, the song?
yeah, in the music video.
Is there actually?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Insert clip. Insert clip.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So when you
It's awesome. I'm gonna go look at it.
Okay. So when you bought this,
Yeah.
this was the first time you'd ever driven one, right?
Yeah.
When we first bought it.
Yeah.
What was your expectation going in versus what you took out of it in terms of driving experience? Because I expected it to drive like the way it drives is the way in my mind it was going to drive.
The way it drives for me is not how I thought it was gonna drive.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I thought it was gonna be a little bit more sporty.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not so boaty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I mean, I guess so.
And the only reason why is because they threw like an SS badge on it. That's it.
Yeah.
I expected it to be more sporty. I'm happy it's not. Actually.
Me too. I'm happy it lived up to what I thought. Now, can you imagine? I know this isn't anything crazy sporty or stiff or anything. Imagine what a Caprice feels like.
Oh man, I've driven a Caprice.
You have?
Yeah. It's way more boaty. Way more boaty. Yeah.
Everyone talks about like the boat experience, but it's nice every once in a while.
I kind of like
you know?
it. I love it.
Like this
I
thing-
kind of really do like it.
Someone commented on your Instagram and called this a race couch, and it's just, it kind of sums it up
That's
pretty well.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Like it's very. This is a very comfortable car to
It's a
drive.
couch with a V8, like.
A race coach.
Yeah.
I gotta like it. I like that. Like I could totally. I would really like to take this thing to California and cruise this thing down the Pacific Coast Highway.
Yeah. You know what else would be a good one? When that border opens up,
Yeah,
Woodward
yeah,
Dream
yeah,
Cruise,
yeah.
4 dudes in this thing.
Yeah, Woodward for sure.
Oh man.
And I actually do like. Are these plastic? You think these buttons? They're plastic.
Yeah, they're like coated they're like
Yeah.
plastic with chrome on them.
But I like them. They
Yeah.
feel. They feel more. They don't feel like cheap.
This thing, I was gonna say it stood up to the test of time, and I mean it has, but like it's literally a new car. It'd be interesting to see what one of these is like with like 200,000 miles on it.
Yeah. What's interesting too is this car. Like there's way less rattling in the interior and exterior than this car than there is in the Cobra and the Viper.
Yep.
For sure the Viper.
100%.
Way less in this car.
Yeah.
Like this car actually feels like new.
Yeah.
It actually feels new. The other ones, they don't feel new. You know, new cars don't really like rattle like that. Like this car like does not rattle at all. Even the rims on this car, they're old rims, small, but those rims are so iconic to this car. I remember we were looking at rims. Hey, what kind of rims should we
like
throw on this car?
Dayton's.
And then we were kind of like,
Nope.
You know what? It makes sense to like literally not put other kind of rims on this car,
Yep.
which is kind of funny, right?
Yep.
Let's talk about the radio in this thing. How good it is not.
On the note of the stereo being so-called, the antenna goes up and down when you turn off the radio. How 90s is that?
It's awesome.
That's so sick.
I wish cars still did that.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that for sure.
Hey, it's awesome.
So you're probably, I'm guessing you're not going to touch this car anymore, obviously.
No.
Not planning on, you have the stock parts if you ever want to do something with them.
Yeah.
Do you have plans for what you would maybe want to do with this car in the future? Just hang on to it, drive it?
No, just hang on to it.
Cool trips and stuff?
Not even.
No?
No. Time capsule.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Keep it exactly how it was.
Feels that,
Appreciate it
feels
for
that
its
way.
time.
Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff.